We begin this afternoon with breaking news in the trial of Christopher Schurr. The prosecution and defense have seated a jury after just one full day of questioning people to hear the case. Schurr is charged with the killing of Patrick Lyoya 3 years ago. 13-year side's Callie Lichter was in the courtroom this morning when that announcement was made and joins us live this afternoon from the Kent County Courthouse. Now, Callie, this jury selection came faster than expected.
Yeah, I know we were told to prepare from our end for this jury selection to last until Friday, but I think it was something around 12 hours, and at 11:10 today, we finally got the 14 who will be sitting in that jury box come trial day on Monday, and that is still starting on Monday. And so the makeup of this jury is something that we have been talking about even yesterday. Today, I know yesterday we talked about how a lot of the potential jurors we were seeing were the majority white. But today, the final jury, the final 14, does have some diversity in it. And then also, there is a little lack of diversity when it comes to gender. You know, again, these jurors are not coming in saying their age, saying their race, saying their gender, but from what we could tell, what was happening in court, the jury's going to consist of 4 men and 10 women. And when it comes to race, again, like I said, yesterday we were talking about how we saw the majority of white potential jurors. It's going to come down to 1 woman who is biracial, 3 people who are of Latina descent, and the rest will be white. One of those people of Latina descent is an immigrant from Latin America. And then when it comes to jobs, we are seeing a lot of healthcare workers or people with a background in healthcare. That's something that Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker mentioned today in court. He's like, I've never seen a jury with so many, healthcare workers on here. But that was questions that got brought up. Some of these healthcare workers, some are nurses who may have potentially worked in the ER, who have had interactions with police. And that was asked of a lot of people, regardless of their job. Does your job interact with the police? Will that influence your impartiality when it comes to verdict time? And that verdict time, we still don't know when it's going to happen. I know that these jurors were told that they would be seated for around 3 weeks, and that includes this week and then 2 additional weeks. So we're not sure. She said that's Judge Christina Mims says that is a conservative estimate that could go into the 2nd week of May. It's really all up to how this evidence is presented, what kind of evidence is there, and how long it takes that jury to deliberate. And again, that trial is still starting on Monday, regardless of, jury being seated today. So we will have to see what comes Monday and what happens the rest of the trial, Deja.
Callie, thank you so much for that update. Now, we'll be covering this entire trial on our streaming app 13+. You'll hear from our team inside and outside the courthouse, plus experts and community leaders. You can watch that live and for free by downloading 13+.